can't take no more. I keep on running back to you. See my days are cold without you. I'm hurting while I'm with you. And no, I can't take no more. I keep on running back to you.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be showing you guys how I do my everyday eyebrow routine because most of the time I don't really wear a full face anymore. I'll just, do brows and go about my day. So I've also been asked many times, how do I do my brows? So I'm going to be showing you two ways that I do my brows. Either I'll be using brow pomade, or I'll be using a brown powder, or brown, what is it called? Brown shadow, there we go. Those are the two ways that I do my brows. So just in case I might run out of this, or I'm not feeling this, or I don't have it with me, like if I'm on like vacation, I'll just make sure I have a brown eyeshadow with me and it'll do the same thing. Yeah, there's not really many differences to it. Or also another trick, I like to use it in the summertime because I feel like, with the pomade, like it can kind of melt and kind of start sliding on your face. I mean, if you put on a primer, it should be fine, but sometimes I don't like the feel of the actual pomade, and sometimes I would rather prefer to use the powder or the eyeshadow instead. I just call it powder because it's just, to me, it's a powder. But yeah. But let's just hop into the video, and I hope you guys like it. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, let's get to it. Okay, so we're going to start off with the brow pomade. And I am using the Anastasia Dipbrow in shade Caramel. And you'll also need an angle brush. Most of the time the angle brush comes in the packaging with the Dipbrow. And next, we're going to move on to the second way that I do my brows, and that's with a brown eyeshadow. I'm using the Warrior palette by Juvia's Place, and I will be using the shade Mine in that palette because that's what matches my eyebrows. Or I honestly just like my brows to be a little bit darker than they are, but I have like really sparsy eyebrows to begin with, so. And you'll also need an angle brush for that, but I like to dampen it a little bit with some Prep and Prime by MAC. I didn't have that with me. I had already sprayed it in advance. But I'll also be using the 24-hour concealer by MAC, and it lasts 24 hours, so yeah. So with the brow, we're going to go ahead and get started towards the middle of the brow and kind of go towards the tail. So that way we can kind of get like the most of the product on that area to give kind of an ombre effect to our brows, which is what gives it that natural look. And then you're going to make strokes that are going the same way as your natural hairs already. And then as you get closer to the head of the eyebrow, you're going to do lighter strokes and kind of build upon it. So it's a process. You're just going to try to build until you get your desired shade of brow. Next, we're going to go ahead and grab our concealer. This part is optional, and I'll be using the shade NC43 with the 24-hour concealer by MAC, and also a brush to kind of carve out my brows. You can pretty much use any brush that has some type of angle to it, as long as either like an angle or if it's straight across, like you can use either one. And I like to spread out my concealer all the way out, even on my eyelids. It makes me look more awake, I feel like. And I know this is a little different, but I also like to take that lighter shade and put it on top of my brow. I guess that's my preference. I just like the way how that looks on me, but you know, you don't have to do that. You can always just use your foundation or a shade darker to put on top right there, but I just personally like to take my lighter shade. Then I'll just blend it out, and then I'll just leave it like that. Sometimes I'll add a foundation, sometimes I won't, but as you see, like, you see how it gives like a brighter look and it kind of takes away most of those dark shades, those like dark circles like right there. Yeah, so that's why I do that. And now we're gonna get started with the eyeshadow brow. And with that, it's pretty much the same process, and you know, you start in the middle and work our way to the tailbone. And with this, I like to work my way in the front in the beginning, because like it's already really light. So this I like to kind of just shade it in. It's kind of like shading it in, like how you're like coloring in the boxes. Like that's pretty much like how it is for that. So you're just gonna shade in your brow. And once that's complete, you're gonna go ahead and conceal your brow on the other side.
Everything you do makes me love everything about you. Your smile, your style is so fly. I can't deny. I got a crush on you, and that's true. And I'm digging you. Make me believe that your love is mine. Oh yeah.
Then you're gonna go ahead and blend that out as well. And voila, you have your natural brows. It doesn't even look like we have on any makeup, and that's the goal.